rule the universe, you better help us save it first. What could possibly go wrong? There's like a million things.
Welcome to External X's channel. Oh man, I apologize, people. I apologize. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I've been getting really lazy with doing reviews and stuff because I had so much work to do and just didn't have enough time to, I watched the episode. It's just that I didn't get the chance to actually review it. So here's the opportunity. Welcome to Loki episode 2 review. So, according to what we've seen from the previous episode, that other Loki that we're talking about, it pretty much starts out with them investigating the scenario. We're in the timeline in the 1980s, where the circus club, where this Loki does something else to, or people there starts causing havoc there. Then, well, what's his name? Owen Wilson, Mobius, basically decides to investigate with his detective Loki. And Loki and him pretty much see what goes on at that timeline. I will admit, though, this one does get a bit sort of episodic, because when we start having some, how should I put it? We started having some, basically, not setbacks, but flashbacks about, they were talking about that, why is this happening? It's because that was supposed to happen, things like that. Like, the Avengers time traveling back in time, they said that was supposed to happen. Then the Time Variant Company Authority was basically saying that, this Loki is actually doing different kind of timelines. For example, Loki eventually gets a chance to investigate further in this situation, and he points out that this other Loki is basically, managed to do things but doesn't really affect the main timeline, and then he proves a point when he, travels through time. And so basically what happens is that as they're investigating, Mobius decides to, let Loki lead, since he knows what he's talking about. Of course, he still doesn't really trust Loki, because, you can only trust him as far as you can throw him. Especially since he's the god of mischief, after all. And so this sets them into year 2077. That's crazy. Set in the future. So they eventually get the chance to detect where this other Loki is at. And then we began to find out that this Loki, that people were talking about earlier, is actually a lady. Well, for some reason, this version of Loki's a blondie. I don't know why, but that version of Loki's a blondie. Go figure. And so, what happens is, Loki gets into it with his other self, as odd as it sounds. I wonder if there's a female Thor. Oh well, I'm not just thinking much into this. And what happens from there is that they get into a little bit of a fight, as they eventually find one of their other guys that work at the place that has also been passed out there. And then from there, what happens is that this other Loki jumps through a portal. And then, as they're fighting through, our Loki decides to jump through that portal as well. And that ends the episode. So now my final emphasis on this is that basically I think that it's pretty cool that we're basically getting a bunch of references and Easter eggs, and I don't know how this is going to turn out in the end. I mean, we've already seen WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier. I have no idea how this is going to end, but it's just another miniseries. They have several other miniseries to come up too, so I don't know if it's going to tie into this and the whole other new arc that they're going to do with Marvel. It's cool to see that Loki's, in action. I mean, we remember what happened, in the previous review. Loki grabs the Cosmic Cube, then he gets into his timeline, and then we see what happens afterwards. And now Loki's basically just, having a little bit of adventure of his own now. Villain and protagonist, basically, at this point. And, we're seeing the direction that they're going with Loki, kind of like where it's going. And I can't wait to see what's going on some more. So, subscribe, and see you guys later. Peace. I said peace.